Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. And today we welcome you to infamous Boone County, a true standout when it comes to cruelty and corruption, not just in Illinois, but anywhere in the United States. In a recent video, we told you about a long-time steer-tailing operation that Shark has exposed on 4 occasions for violating state humane laws literally hundreds of times. An application for another permit was filed at this location. It should have been immediately rejected by the county. Shark, Boone County citizens, and others fought hard for weeks to keep this place from getting another permit. But Boone County, because it is so corrupt, gave the animal abusers another permit. So let's see what happened this time around. Steers were of course brutalized, because that's what steer-tailing is. It's no surprise that 8 steers were lamed. A Chicago veterinarian, Dr. Sarah Hadzik, was supposed to treat injured animals, but Dr. Hadzik didn't treat any of the lame steers. 6 of the 8 laming incidents resulted in the steers being put right back into the chute to be re-abused. This repeated abuse violates state law, but this is Boone County, and Boone County is corrupt. 3 steers were degloved, meaning the outer sheath of the steer's tail is literally ripped off. Degloving is extremely painful for the steer and poses a dangerous risk of infection which can be fatal. Dr. Hadzik didn't treat any of the degloved steers. We know this because we were watching the injured animals very closely all day. We started wondering, where was Dr. Hadzik? Where could she be? We looked around the animals, but there was no Dr. Hadzik. Turns out we were looking in the wrong place. Why, here's Dr. Hadzik in the stands, obviously enjoying herself as she watched the steers get the living hell knocked out of them. This seems like a stark contradiction from the website for Dr. Hadzik's Paws and Feathers Veterinary Clinic in Chicago, which references her love for animals of all kinds and her recognition of the loving care and treatment they deserve. And her website further promises it will always be treated with the utmost in care and compassion. But look a little farther down, and you'll see that Dr. Hadzik worked for 9 years at the National Primate Research Center. Dr. Hadzik's propaganda paints her as an animal lover, but these scenes tell a very, very different story. One especially noteworthy victim of this shit show was this beautiful Brahma steer, who we nicknamed Benny. Benny the Brahma had a couple runs where he seemed okay afterwards, but his 3rd run showed there was a problem. You didn't have to be a vet to see that something wasn't right with Benny, as he repeatedly struggled to rise from his 3rd run. When he did manage to get up, his abusers just ran him again. Again, you could see something wasn't right. His careless abusers ran him again. On his 5th run, Benny ran right into a fence, and he couldn't get up for a while. Finally, his abusers put him in the injury pen, but the damage was done. At the end of the event, when it was time for loading, Benny's injury became obvious when he couldn't make it up the ramp of the livestock trailer. The other steers made it, but Benny buckled over and over. It wasn't that he didn't try, it was that he was obviously injured. The response of his abusers was predictably to commit more abuse. They twisted his tail, which was very painful, like bending your fingers backwards. This creep pulled out an electric prod and started shocking Benny over and over. Others pulled his ears and kicked at him. Benny tried to escape the abuse, heading for the far end of the pens, where he again collapsed. While you're watching this gang of incompetence, let me draw your attention to the vehicle right next to the trailer. This one. It's the vehicle Dr. Hadzik came in, and it's leaving, while Benny, the injured steer, has collapsed. Good evening, Dr. Hadzik. We sure hope you had a good time. Meanwhile, the gang of incompetents continued to harass Benny, pulling his tail, kicking him. Welcome to the animal hell that is Boone County, Illinois. After almost 20 minutes of this debacle, Benny makes another effort before again collapsing. That's a very bad spot to be in for a trip of more than 100 miles, because Benny might not survive, but his abusers don't care. He's in just far enough that they can slam the door, and that's that. Benny and all of his fellow steers are considered disposable. Illinois brags that it has one of the strongest humane laws in the country, but that's a scam. Our so-called leaders, from Governor J.B. Pritzker to Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul to Boone County State's Attorney Tricia Smith and her assistant Carla Mayville to the Boone County Board, are corrupt. They have allowed this indefensible abuse over and over, season after season, in spite of clear and undeniable evidence of illegal abuse. I sent a couple emails to Dr. Hadzik, one before the tailing event and one after. She didn't respond to either, and I'm not surprised one bit. I have since filed a complaint against Dr. Hadzik with the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. We'll keep you updated as to what happens. Shark, along with the Humane Farming Association, will continue to fight this abuse. We will not stop until the cruelty ends. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to see more of our investigations and learn what you can do to help Shark help animals. Consider sharing our videos so other people can help save lives. If you'd like to support Shark directly, you can follow the donation link in the description section of this video. If you'd like to gain access to exclusive content, consider sponsoring us on Patreon.